wholeness and balance, beautiful, beautiful beings. Welcome to my channel. My name is Tristan, also known as Tree, and in this video I want to talk to you guys about recognizing your divinity and embodying grace. So, the way I see it, the universe that we live in is built on duality. It is built with darkness and light, with fire and water, with electricity and magnetism, with void and with everything. So, we humans are also made up of these dualities. We have two eyes, two arms, left and right. We have a negative and a positive magnetic field. We have negative and positive aspects to our magnetic field. We have a mouth and an anus. These are the polarities of the human body, which tell me that we are made up of the primal forces that make up all creation. Okay? And it makes creation specifically in the geometry of Fibonacci, or phi, or the pentagram or the sphere, 360 degrees. Now, it's important to recognize that we are an embodiment of the primal forces that create everything. These primal forces and that Fibonacci geometry is the true God. It is the true creator. It has no face. It has many faces, but it does not judge. It just creates. Now, given that we are embodiments and reflections of the primal forces that generate everything, then we are, in effect, those primal forces themselves. We are, in effect, the creation and the creator. You can't separate the creation from the creator. We are it and it is us. Everything is everything, so to speak. And the importance of recognizing this, because, you know, we can all agree that we have a physical body and we have mind, we have thought, we have this other aspect that exists separate from physicality. Okay, these are again those two polarities: the body, the vessel. You'll notice that body, vehicle, car, flesh are all very synonymous. So what are these vehicles holding? What are these vehicles, first of all? I would say these vehicles are the female aspect of our creation. Our physical bodies are made up of the minerals of the earth, of the material itself. And the mind and the DNA is the masculine aspect. It's not the material needed to create, but it is the blueprint from which the material is constructed. So, identifying that, okay, our bodies are the female primal aspect of creation, we must honor them as so. We must carry ourselves with the divinity that Mother Earth herself would. We must take care of these bodies and do everything that we can to maintain their structure, to get their structure to the optimum possible configuration. okay? Because when we do this, the connection between the body, the female aspect, and the mind, the masculine aspect, is a lot stronger, you know? When someone is sick in the body, their thoughts aren't quite right. If you've ever been quite sick, you know, it's difficult to focus when you're sick, when you're feeling ill, and many people are existing in a perpetual state of illness due to lack of nutritional education. I advise a plant-based raw vegan diet and at least a plant-based whole foods diet, because it raises the alkalinity of the body, which helps prevent all kinds of diseases. It increases the conductivity of your body, which means the electricity can run through your body more efficiently, which also means the neurons in your brain will fire faster, which equates to more sharp thoughts, a quicker mind. But we must carry ourselves divinely, because we are made up of those primordial forces. This isn't just the way we walk and the way we move, but the way we think also. Do you think a supreme being, a creator, a loving, all-encompassing dynamo, do you think a magical rainbow being goes around judging and cussing out others, criticizing others, and ourselves? No. Don't criticize yourself or others. We must approach everything with compassion and love if we want to yield the optimum results. Now, for me, recognizing my divinity was a matter of making the connection between the macrocosm primordial forces that create magnetism and electricity, and my own microcosmic reflections of those, my body being the female aspect, my mind being the masculine aspect, and getting those in balance, okay? Feeding the body properly, meditating to calm the mind and gain control of the thoughts. Because we're all playing characters, we're all playing roles that we've been conditioned into by our friends, our family, our past experiences. We often hold on to that in order to have our identity. That's what makes us us, are the things that we repetitively do and the way that we repetitively think and feel, okay? So a big part of accepting your divinity involves being willing to sacrifice old ways of being, okay? This means being able to let go of who we think we are based on our past experiences. Because until your cup is empty, the divine cannot spill into you. You must first clear out what doesn't serve you. And this can be tough for people. For some people it can mean not associating with friends that don't serve you or aren't looking to better themselves. It can mean stopping doing things that you love but are causing damages to you in one way or another. Okay? It can mean, giving up addictions. These are all uncomfortable things, guys. But nothing great ever happens from the comfort zone. So I implore us all to reflect on what we're doing on a daily basis, the way we're thinking and feeling, and the way that we're acting as well. The way that we walk. You'll notice everyone has a different way that they walk that's been conditioned into them. They carry with them their entire life, the memory of them, like a shell that clouds their perception. I implore you to start breaking those shells, to start reflecting on yourself and asking, is that what I want to feel? Is that how I want to think? Are these people that I'm around, or are these things that I'm engaging with improving and purifying who I am as a reflection of the divine primal forces, or are the things I'm engaging in distancing me from my divinity and from my grace? It's a matter of configuring yourself through the diet, through the meditation and exercise, and putting knowledge in your mainframe in order to make these connections, like the whole primordial macro-micro connection. Okay? But once you're there and you're feeling it, it can guide you the rest of the way. You're no longer trying. You just surrender your old self to the divine you, the higher self. It's a frequency that we all share, okay? And through making choices that you know are healthiest for you, you will align yourself with that divinity. You will see the divinity all around you, and the supreme nature of life itself will shine out from your heart. Your actions and your words will reflect divine wisdom, but you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable, especially when you're going through the death period, which just means division, which means you're dividing from aspects of yourself that don't serve you anymore. Okay, so it's an amazing journey, I'll just say that. And you know, the more you connect to yourself, the more you break those habits, the more you can get addicted to breaking those habits, and to mastering yourself, and to accepting your divinity and your grace. We are all divine, whether we know it, whether we feel it or not. Perhaps it's just behind your eyes, behind those conditioned judgments that are fogging your perception, but it's there. All of us have the potential to be earth movers, mountain shifters, suns and moons, wholeness and balance, beautiful beings. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've been flying under the radar in the last week during my cleanse, but we're getting back on the solid foods now, and I look forward very, very profoundly to sharing this message with you all, to connecting and to maintaining my own divinity, grace and connection to you, to the cosmos at large, to myself. Thank you. You have my gratitude, love and compassion. Please leave a comment and let me know what kind of content you guys want to start seeing from me. Should I just get on the camera and, you know, transmit like this? Should I be writing scripts? You know, I'm quite flexible in my approach, and I want to be able to reach as many people as possible with this message. That's why I've toned it down a little from the message that I used to bring, which was a lot more esoteric, and you know, even the language that I would use, I know I see now was going over a lot of people's heads. So I'm trying to keep everything quite coherent for, you know, the everyday human. In the same time though, bringing people into that space so that we can get to that next level of knowledge, you know. So yeah, that's the journey. That's where it's at, guys. Wholeness and balance. I have a hard time saying goodbye. Ciao.